Hi everyone, so today is a little bit of a different background. I am redoing my office. It hasn't quite started yet, like I've been doing little things, so I'm probably gonna be playing around with the background a little bit for my channel in case you're wondering for the next couple videos. So before we get started on this video, the contest winner was announced over my Twitter. It is Casey Melvin, so congratulations to you, Casey. Your agenda is on the way in the mail. Today's video is about tips for online schooling, and I wanted to make this video because I remember when I first decided that I was going to take online classes that I couldn't find anything. There was nothing about online schooling. I was really frustrated, and so I kind of wanted to take classes anyways though, so I went for it. And so I thought I would share with you guys just some of the stuff that I have learned from taking classes online. The first thing, and I cannot stress this enough in any of my organizational videos, is just be organized. I highly recommend getting an agenda. That's what worked for me. My professor was very upfront about her due dates. They were Thursday and Sunday of each week, and I had to write in my agenda to organize myself, to make sure I did my assignments on time, because most classes, they don't give you oh, this reading is due by Monday. No, they give you all the readings for the week, and you have to figure out how to make it work in your schedule. So having an agenda, setting due dates for yourself, because no one else is gonna set them for you. I was really hesitant to have an ebook because I've always really been into reading physical books. As you can see behind me, I love books, and I've had an e-reader before, as I mentioned in one of my previous videos, which I'll link up somewhere, about a real book versus an ebook and the comparisons. But I've never had an online textbook, which was something that kind of concerned me. I didn't know how I was going to handle it. I like writing and highlighting things in my textbooks and transferring them over to notes. And so I was really hesitant when I found out that this was a textbook, online textbook only class. And so to kind of help myself, I downloaded it onto my tablet, and it was really easy. And turns out that I love it. It was super great for vacation. I could just toss the tablet into my my bag, and I didn't have to worry about lugging a big textbook around. And I found that whenever I take breaks at work, like during my lunch breaks, and I want to get a little extra studying in, that it has been perfect because it's thin, it's slim. I can still write notes in it. And I've actually just really liked it. So if you are nervous about having an online textbook, highly recommend putting it on your tablet. And I just think that it's actually really helpful. Don't be afraid to email your professor. So that was one thing that I kind of was and I was like that for my undergrad as well. I just did not really want to bother my professor, but that is what they are there for. They're there to help you. If you don't know, I am already halfway through my first master's class. I made A's the whole time, and then on one of my papers I did really bad. And I was hey, I emailed her and I was can you please explain my grade, because I do not understand. And that was very helpful for me, because it let me grow. Versus when you're in a classroom, the teacher can sometimes talk about oh, a lot of you guys did this, and they'll talk about it, but you don't really get that in an online setting. For you to check your grade and to be hey, I don't understand what's going on here, don't be afraid to email your professor, because that's the only way you're gonna get any kind of answers. I do recommend that if there is a general discussion area, a board on your online classes, to click on that and see what other people are asking, because you don't want to email your professor something if someone else has already asked it and it's in a public area that everyone can see and have the same questions answered. If it's something really personal to your grade though, don't feel bad asking your professor. I have already emailed her 4 times, and it's an average of once per week. Yeah. Another thing is finding your own sources. Sometimes not everything the professor puts online for you to read is something that is helpful or benefits you to the fullest potential. So for me, numerous times I'll be reading something and I really just need it explained more. And sometimes, the professor's not there. So I recommend finding your own sources, because not only does it help you understand more about what you're learning, but then when it comes time to write a paper, you have all these other sources that you have already looked up and that you could implement into your paper. So it makes you a better scholar, because you're having to research more. It makes you understand it better, and then you can then use it in a paper or some whatever research thing you're doing. So it just works out perfect if you just take the initiative to resource and read more articles on your own, or books, or anything that your class is doing with. I think that's something that a lot of my friends have struggled with, and that sometimes I have as well, is that you solely rely on what the teacher provides you and you don't take the extra step to research further, and that actually goes a long way when you do that. understand the writing expectations for your class, or if it's not writing, whatever the format is. So I was kind of blindsided a little bit in that I've never written APA before. I've written Chicago, MLA, but I've never written APA. I had no idea what APA was. And so I had to do a crash course when my class started on like how do you write APA style. And now I wouldn't say I'm awesome at it, but I've definitely gotten a lot better about it. If you familiarize yourself with whatever the format is prior to the class starting, you will spend less time at the computer than I did. One thing that has definitely helped me is finding a workspace. So that's kind of actually how I've decided to redo my whole office, is because the way it was set up, it was not very conducive or helpful towards me studying, but I know I'm going to be taking classes for a long time. So in my office, I decided to move my desk to one other area. I'm going to get more like a lounge area to kind of help with me just wanting to be able to relax while I'm like reading my textbooks. So in doing that, I've created a space that is comfortable for me to study and like want to be in. So whether that's in your home if you're taking online classes, or say you go to a coffee shop, or there's like a local library that you really like to go to, or just anywhere, wherever it is for you, find a work area that you are comfortable in, that you like to be in, that you feel productive in, because that's going to get that motivational juice going for you whenever you are trying to study. And the last thing, honestly, is just to congratulate yourself when you do good. Remember when you are in high school or middle school, or whenever you took public or private education, whatever it was, when you got a good grade, you were like, yes, and like you like high-fived whoever, and it was just like a really great feeling. When you're doing it online, it's just a little bit different. You'll go check your grades and you're just like internally, yes, or oh God, no. Whichever one it is, you know, it's very private because it's just you and your computer. So when you do well in a class, take the extra step and celebrate it. Whether it's, you know, going out and getting a drink, or whether it's, you know, just eating an extra piece of candy, whatever it is, celebrate that small little victory, because it's all those small little victories that add up to have one conglomerating big awesome grade. So yeah, those are my tips for online school. I hope this video helped you if you are in online classes or you're considering taking online classes, whatever it is. I hope you got some helpful tips from this video. I wish that there was a video kind of like this whenever I decided to take online classes. Like I said, this is my first online class. I'm halfway through the class right now, on week 6. So I am not saying that I know everything about online classes and all the tips and tricks, but I'm hoping as I continue with my master's courses that I will be able to be more helpful to you guys, for those of you that are thinking about online. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful to you guys. Congrats again to the giveaway winner, Case. I hope you like your agenda. Be sure, if you want to stick around, to subscribe below. And also my social media will be somewhere on the screen. All right, bye guys.